Hello, my lovely. I am outside again. I am working. I honestly do not just spend my whole life being outside. There's my notebook. And my phone's a bit weird. I hope you're very well. I've posed you the question today. It's a slightly facetious question. Do you ever find you want to eat a fridge full of chocolate? And the reason for posing the question is that I do see a lot of people having problems really resisting chocolate, biscuits, any kind of sweet food, especially when they're focused on eating healthily. And a lot of the time it's almost like they break down and all of a sudden find that they do eat a ridiculous amount of chocolate or cake or whatever the sweet food is that they haven't been eating. And I do think there's something in completely depriving yourself. By the same token, if you've got a healthy eating goal, if you want to lose some weight, sugary food isn't going to be great for you. Now, there's a lot of people out there who would say, let's ban sugar. Never eat sugar again. It's evil. It's the sugar manufacturers and sweet manufacturers have just put loads of sugar in there to make you addicted to it, so you really want it. And actually, I don't believe that sugar is evil. I do believe there is a way for us to eat sugar in a balanced way, to eat food in a balanced way, to not feel this strong desire for one particular food. And actually, some of that is by really changing the way that we focus on what food we are eating more mindfully and thoughtfully. I've talked about this before, and just really embracing what we're eating and how good it is for our body. And the more that happens, the less attachment there is to the food which is less good. The more you focus on the food that you're eating and how great it is and all of that, the more you'll find that you've got this less attraction to food which is less good for you. The reality of the situation is, when it comes to pure sugar, it's been around for a very, very long time, so you kind of wonder, well, why do we have the problem with it today? And I do think there's a couple of reasons. One is the fact that it's just in a lot of processed food, and processed food has become convenience food, and it ends up being that there's a lot of calories in a very small amount of food, and so for some people, it's like they're not eating enough. They're not eating enough of the healthy food, which means their body gets low on energy, and especially when you're in a calorie deficit and trying to lose weight, it means that you're naturally going to be craving sugary food. The other thing is, hormonally, we have peaks and troughs as women in our cycle, and that can actually lead you to crave carbohydrate food. The other thing that I think has really impacted on binge eating and sugar eating and all of this is the current trend for low carb eating. This is a big trend now. We've gone from low fat eating to low carb eating. One of the things with low fat eating was that a lot of manufacturers took out the fat from food and put in lots of sugar. So we're in this right pickle, really. And that's why you kind of want to eat a fridge full of chocolate. It's almost like the world is against us. The world wants you to eat lots of chocolate. No, I'm joking. It's not really. I promise you. I know it's a really serious subject, but it's not. And this is where we just need to adopt a new approach. And that's what I'm doing in the Sugar Solution Challenge that I am running throughout July and August, the end of July. It's starting on the 21st of July. It's 6 weeks, and we're going to cover a lot of this stuff. We're going to cover the things that are going to help you create your balance. That we're going to play around with having things like one biscuit a day, with not depriving, with unpicking some of those patterns that lead you to want to eat the contents of a fridge full of chocolate. Now, for some people, they'll be going, oh, I don't have that problem, I don't binge eat. That's really cool. I've been there, though, and I've really wanted it. So we're going to look at the way you're eating. We're going to look at our thoughts around this deprivation that's going on. So it's like, okay, so what can I do differently? How can I think differently? How can I think differently about the food I'm eating? And how can I think differently about the sweet food? We're going to look at our diets and how we can actually make our diets much more balanced, much more focused on really great healthy food, some more clean eating, that side. And we're also going to look at those other things like sleep and water and things that, you know, really make a difference on the periphery. Alternative things you can do to eating sugar. You know, it's like you might be bored. You might just be stressed in your job and it's easy to reach for sugar. Things like, what do you do when there's sugary temptations around the office? We're going to look at that. So together, we're going to work through this. It sounds like a lot, but it's over 6 weeks and it's going to be one thing. We're going to have different themes each week and it's going to be simple things every day. Sometimes it's just going to be an awareness thing for you in the day. Sometimes it's going to be an activity. There will be little exercises and templates which will help you get you thinking. It's not going to be a major time suck because that's not what I'm about. It's about you getting it into your life. And if you want to join, I'd love to have you on board. We're looking at 40 quid over 6 weeks with my one-to-one sport. It's going to be amazing. If that's not for you, then that's cool. You know what? Please do let other people who may be having problems resisting sugar know, because I think it's going to be really good for them. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and I'll speak to you soon.